everyone. I'm Chaz here with Board Game Geek, and I'm joined by Sean from Mr. B Games.
How's it going?
Hey, it's going really well.
Excellent.
Especially because we are going to be looking at vintage racers.
Yay.
So yes, please, you take over the wheel and drive me through this.
All right, so Vintage Racers is my take on a race game.
Okay.
For the current market, I wanted to make something fast, light, quick.
Oh, okay.
And I took the throwback, so from the turn of the century, 1905, 1906, the early dawn of racing.
Okay.
And back in then, these cars, they couldn't hit but about 100 miles an hour. They had a guy ride shotgun who just poured water on the tires to keep them from falling apart because they were going so fast in the corners, and they just borrowed parts from all these Frankenstein cars, and I just loved the idea or the camaraderie of before it got commercialized.
Right.
And so that's what I tried to attempt to create here.
Okay.
So in Vintage Racers, everybody gets a little race car.
All right.
And you put them here on this little start sign, and we do a quick draft to build our cars.
Okay.
So this is the jalopy in me, right?
Yes.
And so I start out with a cube, and I look at it here on everything that we have available, and I say something like, I want to claim this piece. Actually, I'll do this one.
Okay.
And that's the middle body of the car.
I see.
And it gives me the ability. It says it can go up to 90 miles an hour.
Ooh.
It can slow down by only 10 miles an hour, though, every turn. So
Okay.
it's not so good on the brakes.
Yeah.
And then the little hand lever, that looks weird. That's the accelerator, because the cars actually didn't have gas pedals back then. They had little cables.
Oh, my
right?
goodness.
And so that thing can move up to 30 miles an hour.
Okay, that's it.
in
So
acceleration.
top speed, acceleration.
Yep.
All
And
right.
then the brake. So I like that body. So
Okay.
if the two of us are playing and drafting, I always tell somebody, don't draft a body, because I can only draft one.
Ah, okay.
So pick one of these other parts so you get first pick at
Okay.
it. Right?
So what is the number on the front end here?
So these are the starting speed. So they've signified the flag. That's for pole position.
Okay.
That's, where do you line up on the track? And on the very first turn, historically, these things, they all had to do these jump starts on them because they were trying to conserve gas, and so some of them could just take off like crazy, and some of them stalled. So
Okay.
to signify that in the game, I have different speeds.
Okay.
So depending on which one you draft, maybe you're going real fast at the beginning, maybe you're not.
Okay, so higher number, the
Higher
faster.
numbers, the faster you're going to get rolling. So.
And what about the numbers here on the back end?
And these are like a little upgrade or a modifier
they're
to
different.
your core. Right.
Ah,
So
they're
this might give you
modifier.
a little extra acceleration. This might give you some more brakes. And I have multiple different ones. We just randomly threw some out here.
Oh, okay. So you know what? I'm going to go. I want to increase my top speed even higher.
Speed demon. You
Oh,
grab the 100 and then put
Yeah,
it
just-
20
yeah,
on
just
it
you
because
wait.
You're a maniac.
Just you wait.
I totally see where you're coming from. So I'm going to grab the pole position car because he's going to go 50 and start off. I like that
Okay,
as an
okay.
advantage.
And I'm going for the 100
Going for the
speed.
speed demon.
Yep.
Okay, and then since we did point out my weakness there with a terrible brake, I could go with that brake, but I'm going to go with awesome acceleration.
All right, and I'm going to go with the second highest one because I'm going to devil may care go for it.
I like it. I like where you're going with this. So, of course, then once we've done this quick little draft,
All right.
we get to take these cars and look at
All
that.
right.
You put them together.
Let's move these up just a smidge. So I assembled my car wrong. They really are Frankenstein cars. The back's on the front. Okay, so now what happens?
So now you've got your car,
Mm-hmm.
you've got all your stats in front of you, and we know where we're lined up on the track.
Mm-hmm.
And you do it, and you take your first cube and you put it on the speed that you're indicated here by the front of your car.
All
So
right.
You're going to start at 40 miles an hour. I'm going to start at 50 miles an hour.
All right.
And on the very first turn, you can move one space for every 10 miles an hour you're going.
Okay.
So I could do something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Oh.
Now I did go into a corner and it has a speed limit.
Uh-oh.
If you're exceeding the speed limit, you have to pay a penalty.
Okay.
And you can do that by using up these little spots on your car for tires.
Oh, I see. There's these little. Okay.
And so, some of the advantages, hey, this guy's really slow to start, but he had way better tires. So one of the
look at
advantages
that.
is you might have said, I'll make up for it on the track by having more tires.
Why, really? That is something I really wish I had known.
I should have told you that, but,
But you didn't.
I didn't, and that's a great thing.
Yes.
So as you go through these speed limits, if you're going too fast, you have to take some damage on your tires.
Okay.
But you also have these. These represent your driver's natural skill and
Okay.
ability. So sometimes in these things, these guys could push their cars to the limit. They could do things that, that they shouldn't have been able to do.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you needed to accelerate a little faster, but you go, I can only accelerate 30, but I really need to go 40. Spin a cube that turn.
Okay.
You never get it back, but you get the temporary increase that one time. It's like
Okay.
a one-time bump. And you can use these for anything, even if you run out of tires, you can use them for tires. They're basically like do-overs for everything.
Okay, you have that special skill, what really sets the cream of the crop.
Right, exactly.
Okay, excellent.
So then you would get to move 4 squares because you're going 40.
Okay, so One now, as I go, can I go like 1, 2, and then like change lanes?
Yep. And it's always diagonal.
Okay, and is that connected? Is this all
Yep.
connected? Okay, so I'm sorry, I started here.
Yep.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
Okay, which
And
has
we're going neck and neck, which is great for demo purposes. So then on future turns, you do a hidden, I'm going to change my speed.
so I can change it up to
Whatever your acceleration is.
All right.
So you're going 40, you could drop up to a maximum of 60.
okay. Or could I drop it down to 30 if I want to hit the
You
brakes?
could.
All right.
Exactly.
All right. Well, let's just do that real quick because I want to just get ahead of you before we stop the interview.
It's true.
So at least just stop with me in the lead.
There you go.
That's my goal. Okay.
So when we do a quick reveal, I'm going 80 miles an hour.
Oh my. Okay.
I've got the massive acceleration.
Okay. I went up to 60.
You're going 60. So what we would do here is we can compare speed. Since
Okay.
we're tied neck and neck. And since I'm going faster, I would get to go first.
Okay.
If you were going faster, you'd go.
Okay.
Right? Otherwise, it's whoever's farthest along the track.
All
and
right.
then if there's ties, it's always to the inside.
Okay. Okay.
So at 80 miles an hour, the first square I'm going to move into here is a 60. So I'm speeding.
Okay.
I'm going over 20 miles an hour, so I'm going to take some damage to 2 tires.
Now I see that the tires have black and white spots.
Yep.
Is the black just kind of off limits? Is
It
that-
means it's already been used.
It's already been
Right?
used.
It's already been
All right.
X'd out.
so
It's
this-
already got some damage because it's a jalopy, remember? So
Yes.
I bought it. It didn't come with shiny new tires. It came with kind of.
Yes.
You
We
know.
got this off of our grandmother's Impala right there. We just put it right on our car.
That is exactly correct.
Okay.
So I take my penalty here, and then I can move 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So you
And-
you entered this 60.
Yep.
Now you get additional 60. So it's only one penalty per round.
As long as you get through it, you pay the penalty once.
Okay. As long as you get
But the problem here is when I'm at 6, I'm about to hit another corner,
right.
80, right? So 7, 8, I have to pay again.
Oh, no.
In another spot.
All right.
And I look and I go, hey, I'm only down to 1 tire, so I have to use a cube to pay for the other one.
Okay.
And I'm down pretty weak, only 3 corners into the game. Luckily, it's only 1 lap race, and I think I got you. But
Okay.
We'll see.
Now, what happens if, say, I blow all my tires and I run out of like cubes and I'm only like at this part only halfway through the track? Is that a scenario that can happen?
It can happen, and if it does, you spin out and you're done. But the lovely part about this is in explaining this, in about a 5-minute explain, if we were to take about 4 or 5 more turns, we would be right to the finish line, and the game is over.
Yes.
Right? So, I mean, we're going to play in about 10 minutes. So if you crash 6, 7 minutes in,
It's not a
you'll be
big
out
deal.
for about 3 turns. And obviously, you can play multiple laps and
Yeah.
get more points and things like that. But wanted to just design something quick out of the box where you could just hop in and get those thrills. In all those old race games I used to play, Thunder Alley it would be one of the newer ones, but like Formula Day and like Detroit Cleveland and Speed Circuit and all those back in the day, they always had all these great things, but they were 2 hours to play these games.
Yeah.
And I thought it always came down for me. It always felt like it came down to those last couple of corners. Like in Formula Day, did I get that right roll, or did I have the right points in any of these things? Thunder Alley, do I have enough damage and wear tokens? And I thought, I think I can get that right.
Distill that down.
feeling to where every turn feels like it's that last little bit of action, and we're always together. And then then it's done in 10 minutes. So
Yeah.
that was the goal and the hope for the game.
Very nice. Okay, just a couple of quick questions. How many different little track cards are there going to be?
So total there'll be 16 cards.
Okay.
And with the 16 cards, I can do like 2 or 3 different track configurations, and there's others that you can make as well. And then I found through like 3 or 4 additional bonus cards, I can jump that number of tracks up to like 5 or 6 different tracks.
Very nice.
So, obviously I'm going to do a Kickstarter on this thing, and you see some 2 lanes and stuff. One of the early ideas we got from early feedback was I'll start, potentially double siding all the tracks. So they're 2s on one side and 3s on the other.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Yeah.
And then out of the box, it'll be able to play 4. But the idea is you can buy 2 boxes and link them up together, make bigger tracks, and race up to 8 people.
Sure. Well, that actually brings up a good point. What's the price point going to be for it?
Probably 14, 15 bucks, something like that.
Cool.
Just a little tiny.
Oh, yeah. Then you could get quite a few packs and really,
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. And you mentioned Kickstarter. So when is this going to be going to Kickstarter? And then when do you expect it to be actually eventually shipping?
So I'm looking to do end of March.
End of March. Excellent. All right. Well, thank you, Sean, for sharing this with us.
You bet.
I appreciate it.
Thanks.
And thanks for watching. And we will have more information for you coming up real soon.